Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's his next move? Well, let's find out in the charts here, shall we? Is Bitcoin going to break down even further? Because like we talked about this yesterday. And if you got into a trade, congratulations to everybody who got into this trade, because man, I did, and I took profits down here. So is it going to continue going down? And we're going to talk about that. Or is there going to be a little bit of a dead cat bounce? And we're going to talk about whether that's the case. All right, well, thank you all for joining us. My name is Da Vinci Jeremy, and we're going to figure out what's going on in the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts today. And we have a lot of fun doing this live with all my subscribers. And if you want to be a subscriber, you can do so by heading over to davincij15.com and subscribe today. Also, if you want to trade anything and you want to make some money, you can do so by heading over to bybit.davincij15.com or femex.davincij15.com. And if you have if you've been blocked by these guys, you can also use my favorite VPN, which I even use here in Dubai, because I got to be able to call people with WhatsApp. So I use the NordVPN to call people on WhatsApp, and yeah, so it's a really good thing. So make sure you check it out in the description below. Okay. Well, I'm sure you guys are all excited about what's going to happen next. Are we going to finally blow off? Is Bitcoin going to actually take off and go a lot higher? Or is it going to just go down and collapse into nothingness? Oh my gosh. You know what? Before I continue onto the charts, I was having coffee and somebody approached me and asked me what coin to buy, because he's in real estate. And I'm like, I don't do that. I'm because people end up putting all the money into that one coin, and that's not a good thing, right? Because they just put all that money into the one coin and then go, oh well, why am I not a millionaire tomorrow, right? so no, people don't have patience, right? And I suggest Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance Coin. Those are the long term, and hold them long term, and that's it. But he says, well, what happens if Bitcoin goes to zero? And I said, well, this is why I don't tell you to buy any other coin, because you don't understand what you're buying. If you think Bitcoin's going to zero, you really don't understand. You're only seeing price go up, right? And if you're one of those people that see only price go up, well, that's why you're having troubles here. That's why you're having real trouble making money in this market. That's not what you should be here for. You should be to save in Bitcoin for that long term. When Bitcoin's actually the money, right? There's a 99.99% chance of that. So might as well buy it and hold it. Okay, enough with that rant. Let's get on with the price actions here. Okay, so. Man, that was a beautiful trade. And whilst you guys were not watching, I showed people a trade that I was getting into, the Hail Mary trade. Right here, I'm going to play a little bit of clip for you guys. This is the Hail Mary trade that I did. I guess I should get out of the way, but let's see if we can hear it. There you go. So at the 78.6, I'm going to be praying that this short goes through. Once it does, I'm going to move the shorts to stop to break even and see how it goes. See if this thing breaks down. But I'm not. So yeah, there you go. That's a trade that I did, and boom, I took profits all the way down. And it was a nice, beautiful trade. I didn't go too crazy, of course. Didn't make like billions of dollars, but I did do extremely well. And now I'm in another trade, right? And if you want to know what that trade is, you're going to have to subscribe to davincij15.com and find out, because I did it on screen here with all the live viewers so that they can see what I am doing. Okay. Now let's go down and look at this and say, okay, listen, we can see that there's a lot of traffic here, a lot of traffic. right? A lot of traffic down here. Bitcoin has a lot of traffic, right? A lot of price action here that held the price at these levels here. So what can we say about that, right? Well, this could be a support level for now. And because we're so far away from the 13 EMA, we could see a small bounce all the way, bounce up to, you know, 38.2 or something like that. Let's see here. Let's do some fibs. We might. There's no guarantees from the manager. This thing could roll over one last time before it actually, and then once it does, I think that's it. If it breaks this level down here, that's it. It's not gonna hold. But a 38.2 pump, not out of the question here. That's a 55,294. That's almost 355,300. So not out of this question here, but basically we can see that if we hold at 38.2 and roll over, that's it. This thing could break down, but could be some resistance down here that could hold the Bitcoin prices up should it roll over once again. So we could bounce off of that and then create a nice W pattern, and off we go to the races. We just have to wait and see. Remember, there's a lot of also traffic here. People were buying and selling in this area as it was going, so we could expect a little bit of resistance to the price moving in a downward direction. But we should go at least chop sideways for a little while before we actually continue on any direction, whether it's up or down. So any kind of trade will have to be a short-term trade. It won't give you anything majorly, so you're gonna have to go down to 15-minute and or 5-minute and find what you can find there. You can see Bitcoin has created a lot of a few M's on the 15-minute, and it's like time to decide whether it wants to break higher. It has to break the 13 EMA and close above it and stay above that 13 EMA. You can see we closed above it and then broke down right away, and so wouldn't be surprised if this falls out of bed should it doesn't break the 13 EMA anytime soon. So I don't think so. Usually it does, because we're here at a bottom and basing section. So you can see we come close to the 13 EMA when it does that and then breaks down, and it does it again. It doesn't do that too often before it breaks higher. So I wouldn't be surprised that that we go higher. But hey, you know what? There's a lot of pressure here. So let's just see how this thing breaks down, and if it goes all the way down, because I think this is it. If it doesn't hold here, we're going further down. So let's see how further down we can go. We talked about this, right, a few times already. We could see that the 38.2 is the most likely target. I wouldn't be surprised that if we bounce around here or break now, we come all the way to the 38.2, and that's where we see some support and Bitcoin continue higher. I think the $50,000 mark is the new hard support on Bitcoin, so I don't expect it to get broken anytime soon. If it does, we could see a waterfall move all the way down to the 61.8, which is the $46,500 level. Let's not hope for that. Okay, let's head over to Ethereum, but before we do, remember, I'm doing a charity auction, right? There's only 1 day, 19 hours left on that charity auction. Please head over there. Do me a favor and just head over there. Take a look at the links in the description, right? Just please head over and, take a look at the can, maybe add it to your favorites. I'd really appreciate it. Even if you can't afford to place a bid, that would help, generate more interest, and I really appreciate that, and would help my favorite charity over here. Okay, so I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the person who put in the bid for one Ethereum. That's amazing, and I look forward to other bids, of course, as well. Okay, let's head over to one more thing. Just one last thing. I am looking for a personal assistant. If you live here in Dubai, you can head over and apply for a personal assistant if you're interested in that, of course, as well. Ethereum, how you doing? Well, Ethereum, it did not fall out of bed as hard as Bitcoin did, but it did collapse here. You can see that we are on the hourly. You can see that, hey, you know what? This is a downtrend, all kinds. Now, it has created a base here, but this base, I don't know if it's that strong. If you look back, if you look left, it's not that strong. There's not much of a support resistance kind of level thing here happening. So not much I can say about that, other than, hey, you know what, this thing, if it breaks down here, that's it. It's going to fall all the way down to at least the 38.2 before we see any kind of bounce. And if we reverse there, that would be great. If not, 61.8 is where we're headed really fast, and most likely even to the 78.6, just to give us the Hail Mary entry from all this move, this large move. So I'm looking forward to that. If it gives me the Hail Mary, I'm hitting that. I'm hitting that really hard, the Hail Mary. Alrighty, let's just see how that plays out. Okay, let's head over to the dominance, and wow, look at that. Well, would you looky here? The dominance rate came up to the 200 period moving average, just as I thought. I thought it touched it, right? Just the other day, I was looking at it. It reversed at the 61.8, like hard. Again, just like we were discussing over and over again, this is like the markets just repeat themselves over and over again. Now, it doesn't mean we are going. This is a complete reversal. We have to wait and see. It could reverse. It's probably just going to reverse a little bit, come back to like the 38.2. Let's just see what the fibs return is. See what it's going to do. 38.2 has no real significance. So most likely the 61.8. You can see that there is a support there. There was resistance there. Now it's going to probably turn into support. So at the 42% mark, we're going to see this thing bounce and maybe retest the highs should it continue to fall out of bed on the dominance. No guarantees from the management. This could roll over really fast and continue going higher to all the way to the 49% level. So be aware of that. Okay. Thank you all. I guess that's all I have to say today. But if you want to get into a pre-sale of LuckyCatz, you can do so by heading over to davincej15.com/referrals. There's lots of other referrals here that you could check out. Of course, NordVPN, right? And BlockFi, Binance, Femex, whatever you were interested in, even Buddha.com if you're in the South America. You can get 50% off at Buddha.com on your transactions. So click that link there as well. Okay. Remember also, if you want to see these things live and have your questions answered, you can do so by subscribing right at davincej15.com, and you can see what trades we're making and see my portfolio, what I am buying, what I own, and so forth. And it's pretty cool. Alrighty, that's it for today. Remember, right? Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it because it's going to be the money.